All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakadash. Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai been the name of his only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, according to prophecy, the end is near. See, now I'm going to start off with Habakkuk. Now, Habakkuk is a book, one of the minor prophets, which they call the minor prophets. Start with the second chapter because it pretty much talks about the end. Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at verse 1, it say, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2 is the point. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay, so this is a vision that's being given about the end. And he gonna break it down. Verse 3 say, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So this is a specific time that the Lord appointed for this vision to be seen and for this vision to come into reality. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So it says at the end, this vision will speak. That means it will come into reality. Now, let me get Second Ezra. Second Ezra 6. Oh, Second Ezra 9, Salaki. It says, I'm going to start at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure you the time diligently in itself. So that's what the whole situation is about. What time is we dealing with? It says, and when you see part of the signs pass, which I have told you before. So once you see these signs pass, once you see these signs that was told about this vision, because in the vision is many signs. It's things to look out for. It's things to direct you to a certain time period. It says in verse 2, then shall you understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So that's how you're going to measure the time. When these signs start to come to pass, when these signs start to appear and start to speak, you can say these signs are almost like people when it comes to that speaking. When these signs start to speak, now you know, okay, this is the reality. This is real. This is not just something that I can't see. Now the stuff that I had faith in that I couldn't see now is coming into reality. So he says in verse 3, no, Yeah, verse 3 he say, therefore when there shall be seen earthquake. See, that go a sign. When you see that sign of an earthquake and uproars of the people in the world. So now you're gonna see an earthquake, that's gonna be a sign. Okay, this is the time. We see the sign. See, the sign's gonna dictate the time. It says, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall you well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before you, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and a end, and the end is manifest. Okay, so now you seeing this earthquake. Now you got these military, they got the ability to put explosives under the ground. So they can have a nuke under the ground and detonate that nuke, and you'll have earthquake probably miles around. They had a nuke, and I got it on my page. They got a nuke that's built for underground, and it caused a 6.8 earthquake. Now they had earthquake 6.5, no 7.5 or 7.8 earthquake. Now when we seeing these things, those signs is letting us know that this is a specific time. This is the time right here because this sign. Now when you go into Matthew 24, Yahushua talked about the same situation. Matthew 24, and the context was about the end of the world. So 24, let me start at verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of your coming and of the end of the world? See, there go that sign again. And that's Yahushua pretty much breaking down what Second Ezra was talking about. The disciples asked him, when the end gonna come? And just like in Second Ezra 9, he started presenting them with a sign. When you see this sign, then you gonna know. When you see this situation happen, then you gonna know. In verse, we'll take it from verse 4. He said, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. So it's gonna be a major deceiver on the scene. It says, verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. So there's going to be some people coming in his name trying to replace him and say that they are the anointed. See, God is working with them. Verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of war and rumors of war. See, there goes some more signs. Because you hearing the sign of, what you call it, World War III, the Ukraine, and the other guy, Putin. See, Putin on the TV telling people straight up, you out of there. I'm finna shoot off a nuke so fast if these people touch my country, they finished. Hey, there. Putin don't care. He'll tell you to your face, I'm gonna shoot a nuke. I got 2 of them. Really, I got 6. But I got 2 big ones. I call one Satan 1 and another Satan 2. So he'll tell you straight up. And then he say, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So he's saying, okay, you're going to hear these wars and everything, but that's just going to let you know that the end is near, but it's not yet. There's still some more signs that got to go down. So he go to verse 7, he say, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. So he said, don't let the war make you think that something gonna pop off, because the war ain't gonna make it pop off. That's not what's gonna make the end come into fruition. He said, the nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, the famines, see, the earthquake, that's when you know something going down, the pestilence. And you can, all of those signs is going getting to the max. When you look at that Crown 19, and you look at the food inflation on the food, and the what you call it, the delivery, how they what do you call it, the supply chain. And then you got earthquakes popping off, earthquakes 7.8, 7.5. They digging children out of the ground, out from under rocks. It says all these are the beginning of sorrow. So they just the beginning of the situation. It's not gonna be the end. It's gonna let you know that, okay, now we got a long, this end has started. Now it goes on to say in verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name. See, now you getting somewhere. See, when that persecution pops off. Now let's go into 2nd Ezra 16. You see, that lets you know too what Yahweh Shah said. All these signs gonna pass, but it's gonna be a sign after that. That persecution gonna pop off. Look at 2nd Ezra 16, 16 and 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. See, this is when the persecution gonna pops off, because these people gonna put some ultimatum on the elect, and it's gonna cause them to be snatched up. Look at what it says in verse 69. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under the foot. Verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. See, they coming to get them. They gonna snatch you up, and it's gonna be for the name of Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, but also it's gonna be for the name of Yasharallah. See, Yasharallah is the name that was given by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. See, and it's gonna be given to a certain group of people. It's gonna break down who these people are. It say verse 71, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. See, the mad men sparing none is not gonna be the elect. They're not gonna have this type of power. It says verse 72, it say, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So it's gonna be of people that got no power, and another people gonna come and snatch their goods and kick down their door. They kick down the door waving the fofo and snatch them out their house, kick them out the house. Verse 73, then shall they be known. So it's only one group of people that's under this category. See, now the military pretty much nowadays, they come in and do what they want to do. That's why it talks about this in Revelation. Revelation chapter 13. Because it tells you about the beast. Revelation 13, I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, and they worship the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him. So this beast, these individuals is running the scene. They the one gonna come with their power structure where they can have an insurrection on the people and they can kick down their door and take their goods. They got the rights to do this. See, a random person on the street or some militia can't run into nobody's house and do these things, because then you got to deal with the government. That lets you know nobody can war with the government. See, you can war with a militia. You can call the military on them. You can call the police on them. See, you can call some gang your own militia and fight against them and defeat them. It's gonna be something, but nobody can war with. Nobody can war with the military. See, if you try to war with the military in America, you got the rest of the beast, because the beast is 10 horns. You got Germany that's gonna come help. You got Britain, France, Spain, all these, the NATO and the European Union, they gonna come help out their brethren. That's why this beast is really talking about all the Edomites in together. You see, they are united with their military. Now it says, let's get to 15. So that was verse 3 telling you pretty much who the beast is and what they got power to do. Now verse 10 tells you they had the power to put a whole nation in captivity, which we knew that was the Edomites in Amos, the 1st chapter, in Joel, the 3rd chapter, Edom. This is the nation that took the Israelites into slavery, into captivity. So when you get down to verse 15, it say, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. So now this beast is gonna be visible, man. It's gonna come to a reality, just like in Habakkuk it said that the vision is gonna speak in the end. In the end, it's gonna speak. So this image, same thing with the vision. The vision and the image is close to life. See, it says the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So it's going to make this beast come into reality. And if you don't worship, meaning bow down and respect this beast, just like he said in the blessings of Jacob and Esau, your people will bow down to you. See, people is going to obey you and you going to rule over these nations. So if these people don't bow down to this image, see, and ultimately it's the beast. If they don't bow down to the beast going to be trying to kill they behind. So let's go back to Matthew 24 and see how Yahushua broke that down. So he talked about the deceiver, he talked about the wars, he talked about the famine, the earthquake, the pestilence. And then in verse 9, he said, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Verse 10, it says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Then he said, and many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. So all of these things are happening. All of these things are signs to letting you know the end is near. You got false doctrines flying all over the place. See, you got these religions, Muslims and Christians. See, and these Christianity Israelite groups who pushing Christianity. You got all these people rising up. Now that sign still is going into all the way down to verse 21 of Matthew 24. It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Now that's going into what you call it, the insurrection, the great insurrection. It says, verse 22, and except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So he got to stop the time. Because if he don't stop the time, they're going to try to take these people out. Now, that was the whole plan of these nations. See? Because the context of the situation, let's go to Psalm 83. This is the context of the whole operation. Psalm 83, I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against your people and consulted against your hidden one. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. So he told them, all these nations, man, they gonna try to snatch you up, and you gonna be hated amongst all these nations, because that's why they gonna try to make this ultimatum. When you're talking about the CBDC, the central bank digital currency, they want that to be worldwide, because you got Israelites in every nation. You got Israelites that was children of these military people, and in many captivities, you got Israelites that's still in those lands due to the captivity that went to that land. So they was always scattered way before Yahushua even came on the scene. They were scattered before the Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, even the Persian captivity. Babylon, they were scattered. See, the Babylonians took them to Babylon. They was scattered before that. But anyhow, Israelites scattered all over the world, man. So this is why these dragons gonna make it a worldwide event. And look who in cahoots. It said they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom. That's the so-called white man. See, this is the context of why the attack is gonna happen. Because these people have been trying to attack the elect in the nation of Israel forever. It says the tabernacles of Edom, the white man, the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, Moab, the Chinese, the Agarenes is the Africans, Gabal and Ammon. Ammon is the Japanese, and Amalek. That's the so-called what the guy called them JEW JEWs, but he called them he gave them a good name. They wear the homicles on their head. But he homicles Jews, some crap he called them. But anyway, they all are Confederate against the Israelites. Now that one nothing new. See, in King David's time, the same situation was going down, and he prophesied about it. King Saul, he had to battle all the nations. See, when he first got the kingship, and he made King Saul the king, King Saul was fighting all the nations. See, he wasn't just fighting against the Edomites. He wasn't just fighting against the Arabs or the Moabites, the Chinese. He fighting all of them. See, and he was kicking their behind. Then when David got in there, he was doing the same thing. But when you look at let's go get Psalms real quick. This is the context of the Bible. Psalms 2:1, it says, "Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed." See, this is the context of the scripture. See, these people got a vendetta against the Israelites. Let's take it further. Let's take it to the Persian situation, Persian captivity. Esther. Because Esther really was a good example of the Israelites being attacked and how they was going to attack the Israelites. What purpose they was going to have, or what plan that they was going to have with dealing with the Israelites. Because you had Ammon. Ammon was an Edomite, a so-called white man. And he said, he went to the king. Let me try to get to the point. Okay, let me get verse 8. He said, "And Haman said unto Azarias, said unto King Azarias, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your kingdom." See, he letting me know who is these people. See, they all over the place, man. These Israelites, they everywhere. See. Then he say, "And their laws are diverse from all people." So now their laws is different. We can't deal with these people, man. How we gonna do our thing when their laws is gonna cause them to reject what we got going on? He says, "Their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's laws." You see, that's the whole thing. They know that the Israelites gonna keep the Lord's law and not their law. And that's what's going on with the beast. The beast say, we gonna make this law and see if these Israelites gonna do what we say, and if they don't, we gonna kill them. It says, "Neither keep they the king's laws, therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them." Verse 9. This is Esther chapter 3, verse 8 and 9. Verse 9, "If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. See, this is what the Edomites want to go down, man. They say, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of this business to bring it into the king's treasury. So the Esau say, listen, man, I will pay you to go and get rid of these Negroes, man. That's pretty much what he's talking about. See, because ain't nobody got the power to do these things that is these other nations are doing. See, everybody got a business in America but a so-called Negro. Everybody got a business in America but these Hispanics, that's the poor ones. Because the ones that do got a business, them jokers could be Esau anyway. They could be going back to one of these other nations. But you got the blacks and the Hispanics and the Native Americans, they don't got no business. Native Americans almost don't even exist. That's how bad it is for the Israelites. They done almost accomplished that plan. But when it comes to the so-called descendants of slaves, them jokers ain't got no business, man. They 100% working for the so-called white man. They working for his military. They working for his little middle class business owners business. See, and the big corporation trying to take over that. They working for the big corporations now. These Negroes ain't got no job. They can petty hustle somebody else's product, which is you making them money. You working for them. You just a contract worker. You know, you just a independent contract worker for somebody else's business. Say you selling candles. Now you got to go to the white man to get the wax. You got to go to the white man to get the glass cup. You got to go to the white man to get the paper, to advertise your thing. You got to get on the internet to pay the so-called white man to get on the internet to advertise your business. You got to pay him. You got to do everything for this dragon to make more of the money. And you just a worker. He gonna make that money off your behind. And a lot of them people that's doing that, they could not even be Israelites. They could be terrorists. A lot of these terrorists can be having prosperous business, but they got dark skin and nappy hair. And a Negro, see, an unspiritual Negro would think that, oh, this is that dude got some money, he black. See, it ain't really about no skin color. It's about the nation of Israel. But that's the main plan. They coming against us to try to exterminate us. Now let me go back to Matthew and hit that point one more time. Salaki. You know what? Let me get it out of Daniel. Let me get it out of Daniel. The Spirit don't want that one. It's the same verse, but we're going to get it out of Daniel. Because we talking about the end now. The end is near. Now this is how Daniel broke down the same vision. See, he said the vision shall speak. In the end, the vision shall speak. Meaning it's going to come to reality, plus the prophet's going to understand the vision. So Daniel 12:1, it said, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble, since as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time shall your people shall be delivered, every one that is found written in the book. So this time of trouble is going to be like no other time. Let's get what they talking about. Because this is all going back to prophecy and the vision that was given to the prophet. Jeremiah chapter 30, starting at verse 7, and say, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. See, this is the time of Jacob's trouble. And the reason he's saying he shall be saved out of it, because he gonna stop the time before these nations and these red dragon Edomites, the so-called white man, can exterminate the nation of Israel like they tried to do in the book of Esther, Salaki. See, the elect is gonna be saved. Let me get that in what first Thessalonians or the First Corinthians. Yeah, First Thessalonians 4 and 15, it say, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive, there's gonna be some Israelites alive when Yahweh shall get here. We which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. See, 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Yamashiach shall rise first. Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the cloud, and meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. So it's going to be Israelites alive. They're not going to exterminate us. Now you got Jacob's trouble. It's getting very close, because you got these nations in the UN. They talking about, oh, we need to stop this speech. See, stop this online rhetoric that's exposing what we got going on. See, we need to put a crackdown on these people. See, and you got these Edomites, just like Haman was telling the king. That's what they tell him. Okay, we need to get this misinformation under control. We need to check these people talking against the government and talking against what we trying to do, what's mainstream. See, if it ain't mainstream Christianity or the Pope running his perverted mouth, see, if they not talking on that level, going along with everything that the government talking about, see, promoting their poison and any other thing that the government want to push, we need to get rid of them. Because and that's what we supposed to do. Let me get Jeremiah 28 and 8. Jeremiah 28 and 8, it say, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. See, the prophets was prophesying against the kingdom. See, they didn't give a dang what the king was talking about or whoever was running the kingdom. They didn't care what he was talking about. This is a prophet. of the Lord, man. Let me get that in Luke. See, a prophet of the Lord don't care what no government, police, nobody say. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Luke chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 70. It say, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. See, he's speaking by the holy prophet. This is how the Lord's speaking. So if he's speaking this way, you think the prophet's supposed to be scared of a government and a kingdom? You crazy. Let's get Amos. Amos chapter 3. The prophet's going to tell the government, the Lord going to put y'all to death. He's not going to waste no time with you. Amos 3 and 7. It says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophet. So he going to reveal the secrets to them. They going to tell the kingdom. They going to tell the countries. They going to tell them when the war is going to pop off. They going to tell them when the evil is coming. They going to tell them who's bringing the pestilence. See? He ain't going to do nothing unless he tell the prophet to come out and give out his secret. And they're not going to be in agreement with the kingdom that they prophesying against. If I'm prophesying against America, I'm not in agreement with America. If I'm prophesying against China, I'm not in agreement with China. Because the Lord got me prophesying. See? And who is he gonna have prophesying? Let's get that. Because it's the identification of who these prophets was gonna be way before anything. Deuteronomy 29 and 29. It says, the secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. So if you're not a child of Israel, you ain't supposed to open up your mouth about this word. See, you got to be a child of Israel. You got to be a descendant of a slave. Because the Israelites went into slavery. See, let's get that out of Psalm 50. Psalms 50. Uh, 50 and 7, starting at 16. It says, but unto the wicked God said, what have you to do to declare my statutes, or that you shall take my covenant in your mouth? See, what is a Joel Epstein, whatever his name is, or any of these dragons talking about the Bible? They got all kind of TV programs, and they standing up there trying to break down the Bible. You dragons ain't got no reason to have his covenant in your mouth, because your nation is attacking his people and plotting on his people the whole time. It says, verse 17, it's another reason why they shouldn't have it in their mouth. Seeing you hated instruction and cast my words behind you. They say, oh, it's the Old Testament. Y'all reading out the Old Testament. You gotta go to the New Testament. See, that was the Macronites back in 144 AD. They come out with the notion that the God of the so-called Old Testament, he is against the God of the New Testament. And Apostle Paul was the only anointed apostle. All the other apostles was going off because they was bringing out it was only for the Israelites. The Apostle Paul, he so-called was going to bring in some other nations. See, this is how the Edomites was trying to run it way back then, 144 AD. Google that. He say, they going to cast the words behind them. because they talking about the law is done away with. What fool in their right mind will tell somebody that mess right there? Because they don't got the secrets of the Most High. That's what it is. Now, hey, I'm gonna have to get chapter 14 of Isaiah because this gonna also tell you that the end is near. I don't own the copyright to this music and these cars. I repeat, I do not own the copyright to the music and these cars. Isaiah 14, starting at verse 10, it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, are you also become weak as we? Are you become like unto us? So that's talking about these other nations. That's talking about Putin and his allies. See, that's talking about the not the tin horn. That's talking about. Let's get Zechariah. Zechariah broke it down to bed. Are you become as weak as we? Because you used to be ruling the nations in anger with a perpetual, continuous stroke. Yeah, Zechariah. Let me get Zechariah. The first chapter in Zechariah, that's the first thing Zechariah seen pretty much. When he went to writing down the vision, when the vision started to come to him, this is the first situation that popped off. This is the first issue that he had. Let's see. Zechariah chapter 1, verse 18, it says, then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, so the angel telling him this vision. It says, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah and Israel and Jerusalem. Verse 20, and the Lord showed me 4 carpenters. See, these 4 carpenters, these are the people that saying, listen, some of the people, because some of them 4 horns gonna turn on Babylon the Great America. But those 4 carpenters, them the people saying, how have you become as weak as we? See, because they gonna join with Russia, the China, the Moabite Chinese, the Ammonites, the Japanese, the Koreans, the Arabs and Iran, the Saudi Arabians, all these people gonna join Esau, brother in Russia, and they gonna and the other Edomites that's in the NATO. See, everybody on the east, they gonna join together against this Babylon the Great, and they gonna come against it. It says, verse 20, and the Lord showed me 4 carpenters. 21, then said I, what come these to do? And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, that no man did lift up his head, but these, talking about the carpenters, are come to fray them, to cast out the horns of the Gentiles. See, letting it be known, these ain't no Israelites, which lifted up their horn over the land of Judah to scatter it. So these are the ones that is going to come against Babylon pretty much. Now back in Isaiah 14, it says, all they shall speak and say unto me, it says, Are you also become weak as we? Or you become like unto us? Then he say, where is it? Verse 16. He say, they that see you shall narrowly look upon you. So these are other nations that are looking on these dragons. And consider you, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Hallelujah. That did shake kingdoms? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? The so-called white man. See, is this the one that these other nations finna blow the heck up? See, they finna reject and go against them. Because see, all these nations gonna realize that the most of the elect is over here in America, and they're rejecting the devil. See, they're rejecting him. And this is going according to prophecy. See, they not going along with the situation. See, they got the whole Moabites over there. They already implementing the image and the system of the beast. So they already dealing with them. But when it comes to America, it's gonna be a whole nother situation. See, you're gonna have the terrorists that look like they some Edomites, but they really Israelites. They gonna be rebelling. You got the Israelites that's gonna be rebelling. See, then you got the Edomites that don't want to deal with their own people. They gonna rebel. Let me get that. And that's gonna be another reason why these other nations gonna reject these devils, and they gonna say, "Oh, you weak as we. You got all kind of chaos. You got famine going on in your land. We finna go ahead and shoot them nukes on your behind." See, now this is in Matthew 12. Matthew 12 and 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Verse 26, Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, what did it say in Zechariah? The carpenters is going to cast out the horns of the Gentile. It says, if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? You see, so this is how the so-called white man, they gonna fight against each other. Let me get that in Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah? No. Is it chapter 13? No, chapter 19. Chapter 19. When that day comes, these Edomites gonna fight against each other. Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city. See, and kingdom against kingdom. So these so-called white people, they gonna go to shooting each other. What happened in 1865? See, they fighting over the money. You got the South, they fight the North. The North, they line up, the South line up, and they load up their guns and they pow, pow, pow. The most bloodiest war on American soil was the devil fighting the devil. See, it wasn't no rebellion of the slaves, and then that was just a bloody situation. No, these devils was fighting each other. See, and that just was a prelude and a preview, meaning a view of what's gonna happen before, or what's gonna happen in the future. That was a preview of these dragons fighting each other when they see that everything is coming to an end. So the other nations is gonna come against them. Let's go to Obadiah, because Obadiah talked about that. Because they already know the parable of rape, robbing, and murdering and stealing everybody's stuff. They know what this dragon been doing, and these other nations gonna come against it. Let's start at verse 1. It say, the vision of Obadiah. What? In the end the vision shall speak? Thus says the Lord, God concerning Edom. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. So they trying to rise up against their own people. Now it talks about these other nations. Verse 7. Just Obadiah verse 7. It say, all the men of your confederacy. Who is that? Who is confederate against the Israelites? See, that's why that Psalms 83 gave you the context of the whole situation. Psalms 2, Esther, gave you the context of the situation. These people know what is the prophecies, and they know what's going on, and they all done came together to try to fight the Israelites in Yahushua. Verse 7, Obadiah, it says, all men of your confederacy have brought you even to the border. The men that were at peace with you have deceived you and prevailed against you. They that eat your bread. Look at that. Now America give all kind of aid to these other countries. That's why they want to jump on Trump, because Trump said we're gonna stop giving aid to y'all. See, in the UN. Because that's what the only reason they got a UN. Because Trump giving them all kind of money. Or America, the Babylon the Great, is giving these people aid on a regular basis. Or they was, because he voted against giving they behind aid and said we're gonna look after our own country. Now he say, they that eat your bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So the one that's confederate with America, NATO, and these other nations, see, China will meet up with the Americans anytime they want. All these nations will meet up with them. See, they ain't gonna come to their face and say, you know what? We really got a plan on the back end to blow y'all to smithereens, but we gonna be nice to you and shake your hand and talk all good with you and tell you what we gonna do. But really, we got a plan to get your behind. Why you thinking you all big and bad? Cause see, America, let's get that in Isaiah 47. See, America very proudful. See, this is a prideful place. So Isaiah 47 verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover the locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Your nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah. Your shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. See, this is talking about Babylon the Great, America. Now let's get into um, the pride of these dragons in America. Verse 7. Yeah, starting at verse 7. It says, and you said, I shall be a lady forever. See, America said, we gonna rule forever, man. We gonna be the top dog forever. That's why one guy, he said, Putin ain't got no weapons, and his weapons don't even work, and they'll never come defeat America. See, we got all the weapons, we got all the power. See, this is what the dragon's saying out their own mouth. Verse 7 is saying, you said, I shall be a lady forever. Trump, let's make America great again. So that you did not lay these things in your heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Verse 8, therefore hear now this, you that are given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in her heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. See, they over there got Ukraine. The Ukrainian people, they fighting the darn Russians for Americans. They dropping dead over there, battling Russia and Putin, because the Americans saying we not gonna have no loss of children. Let's pay some other people to go fight for us. See, let's pay the Ukrainians. Let's pay them people to go fight. See, we don't even want to have loss of children over here. We're not sending our children to no war. See, this is the crap America got going on. And so I think that was the main two I want to get out of that. Yeah, that's the main two I wanted to get out of that. Now let me go back to Obadiah, because this is just the pride of Esau at the end of the day. Obadiah verse 3. It says, the pride of your heart have deceived you, you that dwell in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down? See, that's what these dragons is talking about, man. Who gonna bring us down? Who gonna defeat America? See, we big and bad. We got the baddest military on the planet. Who gonna bring us down? So this is how we know that these dragons is a wrap. And see, they know that their time is up. That's why they coming with their Charagma, sea hill, grain of rice, they digital currency that they want to digitize the whole world so they can try to accomplish their extermination mission. See, they came with their poison to try to further their extermination mission, but now they trying to come with a more deeper plan where they know exactly who did what and when they did it, and they can get more accurate calculation. See, the first situation was just a trial and a test run on the grand finale. Now I'm gonna get Revelation 12, Let's start at verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down to you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So him knowing that he running out of time, his wrath is gonna get even worse. See, his extermination mission is gonna intensify. See, when they came out with Global 2000, that was in 1980. Now 1980, it was a recession going on. Russia was almost gonna shoot their nukes. See, they was gonna shoot their nukes because they thought America had them shot their nukes. So the Russians done hit the button, they done hit the alarm, and they finna shoot off some nukes, man. But they had to recheck their system and see that nothing was gonna happen. See that America hadn't shot nothing. So, and it was a Cold War going on, but they still was running their mouth going against Russia or the USSR, whatever they was calling the situation. The what you call it, the coalition or the union of these other nations of the East Kingdom. So they was already anticipating something popping off. So what the dragon do? He gets some wrath in his heart, and he brings out the Global 2000. We got too many people on the earth. By the year 2000, it's gonna be all kind of people overpopulating the earth, and these people, we gonna have to get rid of some of these people. Then you got the man in the colleges. He preaching and teaching in the colleges in Denver, Colorado, that it's too many people on the earth. People gonna be standing next to each other, overpopulated. So he teaching the children that it's too many people. We need to get rid of this overpopulation problem. And he got a chart saying we got a couple of ways we can do it. See, we can do it through preventing pregnancy or abortion or disease. See, well, how you gonna do it with disease? Disease just happened. I thought disease is an accident. So you finna present disease to the people. See, that's how you gonna get rid of some folks. And that's exactly what these dragons are doing. Not only that, poison. See, the healthcare system. And they presented talking about the healthcare system. But through the healthcare system, that's how you gonna get this depopulation going. And the whole plan is not for this overpopulation. That's not the problem. It's the population of the Israelites because they the sands of the sea. So we really focusing on them, but we gonna push to our people that it's just an overpopulation problem, or what they call it global climate or climate some crap. It's a climate problem. There's too much carbon in the air. There's too much carbon around, and it's causing all kind of weather problems, a climate change, and all this mess. See, that's why he called them a deceiver, and they pushing sorceries on the people. That's why they call them the daughter of the Chaldeans. They doing witchcraft. All of that crap is witchcraft, gaslighting people. You gaslighting people, making them think something wrong, and what they seeing ain't what they seeing. See, they seeing that it's a low population, everything running smooth. You got countries with land, empty land all over the place. But no, it's overpopulation. And by the year 2000, it's gonna be worse. And then you had what's the other guy? Henry Kissinger. He had a 200 or something mess he called his about population. And he said it's useless eaters. The elderly people are useless eaters, and he wanna kill they behind off. See, this is what the devil is operating with, and they do come up with these plans when they think that they got a short period of time. So now it's coming to be undeniable. So guess what this dragon is gonna do? Let me get 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. It says, lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of what these dragons got going on, man. See, we know exactly what they got going on. We're not ignorant of the situation. That's why they want to shut the internet down. That's why they want to say, oh, misinformation. They want to tell you about some misinformation because they trying to kill people. What do a criminal do? He put a mask over his face and he try to hide. See, that's what a criminal do, man. He's not going to get on TV and say, hey, I'm a stone cold murderer and I'm trying to get rid of some people. I'm trying to kill them off. And I don't like these people over here. See, now people respected Trump because Trump came with that stuff. But these dragons not going to get on TV and do none of that, man. Let's get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Because this is another thing that what they're saying. It says, and it's talking about the times, it says the end is near according to prophecy. Chapter 5, verse 1, it says, but of the times, see, and the seasons, brethren, meaning Israelites, ye have no need that I write to you. For yourselves know perfectly that day of the Lord. So cometh as a thief in the night. See, who is the thief in the night? Let's go back to that real quick. Who is the thief in the night? Who is that going to be? And that's going to set off the day of the Lord. See, the day of the Lord in 2 Ezra 16 was the great insurrection, Jacob's trouble. See, the day of the Lord is coming to rescue the Israelites. That's what the day of the Lord is all about. That's Luke chapter 1. He's coming to save them from their enemy. That's Revelation 11. See, let's go back to Obadiah. Because the thief in the night is a nation. See, let's get it. And they always been a freaking thief in the night, man. That's why they call him a cunning hunter. Look at Obadiah, verse 5. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night. Hey, who is the thief in the night? The so-called white man. That's who the thief in the night is. Obadiah, concerning Edom. They will be the thief in the night. There's not going to be nobody else. Let me read that again. It said, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night. See, we know when the thief in the night going to happen because that's we going to know when the so-called white man is ready to attack us. When he giving us an ultimatum, if you don't put this device in your body, we going to confiscate everything you got. You ain't going to work a job and come into our stores and buy our product. See, we saw that in our face with the poison. See, the Lord let us see this is how these dragons going to move. And a lot of the Negroes going to go along with it because they don't want to lose what they got. So they're going to go in there and let the man put poison all in their body so they can drop dead. See? So the second time, when this thief comes, he's coming the same way. And all thieves come the same way, man. They coming to steal your goods and kick you out your house if they could. See, if they brave enough, they'll kick you out your house. Then he gonna pull out the pistol. Give it up. Everybody get on the ground. He gonna pull that pistol out. Everybody gonna drop down. Then he gonna go try to find you, or he gonna say, lay on the ground and don't move. Then he gonna go upstairs and see what you got. Where's the safe at? He wants you to pull out the safe. See, a thief operates the same way. There's no mystery on the situation. So when these devils come, We already know how they coming. They coming to take your goods. They coming to kick you out your house. Take whatever you got. Then they coming to take your life too. That's another thing what these devils gonna do. See? All right, you too, brother. So when you look at verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety." See, they gonna get to the point once they put that digital device in your hand or in your head. They gonna say, "Oh well, we got people now, man. We got everybody. They're either in a camp, a concentration camp, or they done went along with the device. We got them. We got everybody tracked. We can lean back now. I think he let us. I think he's not gonna bring the prophecy now." See, they gonna be hollering peace and safety. It's safe. We safe now. We safe from the Israelites taking over. So he say, "Then sudden destruction cometh upon them." See, then it's gonna be the noose gonna go to flying. See, they gonna go to hearing the other nations are trading out on us. They rejecting us. See, they gonna get a warning that all hell is breaking loose, and they people. That's why I said ambassador. We the ambassador, letting it be known. But it's gonna be somebody telling them, "Man, y'all getting traded on, man. Your buddies that was at peace with you, they saying that they coming against you now." See, where is it? He says, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So just like a woman, she pregnant, she might have had some birth pains or whatever, and so you know what I mean. It done went down. So she thinks she finna go to sleep, or she finna eat some ice cream and get a snack and relax. And next thing you know, boom, the water break. See, she wasn't expecting the water to break. She thought it was safe. See, she thought peace had done came. She can go her behind to sleep. But that's how these dragons gonna be. They gonna be like a pregnant woman who think it's safe now. See, it's safe. The doctor might have told me I'm gonna get pregnant or I'm gonna have a baby on this day, but ain't nothing popped off yet. My pain done went down and everything peaceful right now, so I'm gonna just go to sleep. It's safe now for me to go to sleep. So as soon as that pop off, then the water break. Bam! Oh, the water start running down her leg. That's how it's gonna be with these Edomites, man. It's their kingdom, and they the one. Oh, let me get that. I'm gonna close out on that. I got 2 to close out. Let me start it with this. 2 Ezra 6. Then I'll go to Job. 2 Ezra 6. 2 Ezra 6. Second Ezra 6, it says in verse 9, it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So Esau is the end of the world. See, their end is going to be sudden destruction. Just like in Joel 3 and 19 say, "Edom shall be a desolation." See, their end shall be destruction. See, Esau is the end of the world. Now, when you go into Job, what's going to happen before their destruction? That's the key. What is going to be going on when the Edomites are destroyed? When the so-called white man get his judgment from the Lord. Okay, Job 20, starting at verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly. See, when he about to go ahead and finish them off, finish those blacks and Spanish and Native Americans off, and whoever else rejecting our device, finish them off. He said, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while he eating, he gonna come at him. While he got the concentration camp, he dragging the Israelites away. See, that's when all hell is gonna break loose. So hey, we want him to do something. How we say in the hood? How Bernie Mac say? Bernie Mac say, he say, yeah, it's so funny. I don't forgot what he said. He say, bust a move. Hey, Bernie Mac say, bust a move. God dang it. Say, you all up in your feelings. You all up in your chest. He said, what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Well, you looking at me like that. See, we want him to do something. We want the drum to pop off. See, that's what we telling the devil, man. Bust a move. We want them to bust a move. See, we ain't tiptoeing around the situation, but it's on the Lord's time. See, if it was up to man, we would have been presented the situation. But it ain't up to man, it's up to them. I mean, it's up to the Lord, and the Lord is operating and doing what He's doing, because they was always used anyway as a sword of the Lord. That's Psalm 17 and 13. They was always a sword to punish the wicked of our nation. That's why they threw us in chains and put us in on the slave ship. Because they was the sword of the Lord. The Lord was putting us on the slave ship. That's Deuteronomy 28 and 16. He was putting us on the slave ship, and he just used the so-called white man to do it. And the so-called Africans to round us up. And the Arabs to round us up. See, it was the Lord's operation. Because like Moses spoke to him face to face, Moses was like the first king of the Israelites. Our king spoke to the Lord face to face. And he told him, man, you're going to make an agreement with these people. And all of our foreparents agreed. We going to do whatever the Lord tell us to do. See, we agreed to the covenant. We agreed to the situation. If we don't do it, he going to throw our behind in slavery. See, all these curses is going to come upon us. See, they agreed to the situation. So at the end of the day, it's the Lord bringing this ultimatum and saying who going to escape the judgment, who going to sacrifice their life to escape the judgment. That's another one. Let me end on that one. Because that's the only way you're going to get away from the judgment. Ezekiel 3 and 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning for me. Now, to hear the words at the Lord's mouth, that means you got to listen to the prophet. See, that's why I say the prophets are subject to the prophet. You got to listen to the prophet that wrote down the vision plain upon tables, and you got to listen to the prophet that's alive and already dealing with the prophecies before you even come in. You got to be taught again, like it says in Peter. You got to be taught the milk. But verse 18, it says, when I say unto the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at your hand. So he requiring the blood from that individual who don't prophesy, who don't make their life a living sacrifice, or give their life as a living sacrifice to do what the Lord requires. And his requirement is that you warn the wicked, that you hear the words at his mouth. Okay. Um, okay, Matthew 26. Matthew 26. I'm going to start at 10. It said, when Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble either woman? For she hath wrought a good work unto me. Verse 11, for ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in the that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman have done, be told for her, for a memorial of her. So this lady, what was her, they say her name? It says, no, I don't know if they said this lady's name. It just said, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box. Yep. So he just said a woman having an alabaster box. So I'm going to leave it there. The end is near, and we can tell because these dragons are becoming wrathful, or even if that's a word, they start to come against the truth pretty much with all of this propaganda, uh, what you call it, deception, and they starting to get what you call it, they starting to get irritated to the point where they ready to attack, and we already see their whole game plan is pretty much executed. They just got to put the finishing touches on it, and so we know it's the end. And y'all gonna leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves, scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.